So I guess I'm gonna give you an update on the case. So there was a hearing on Monday at 9:45, and it was not dismissed for either YouTube or for Michael or Greg. There was a stay that was placed due to my inability to establish subject matter jurisdiction under federal question at the time of the hearing. It was what you might call an honest mistake. Uh, it was something I had researched, I had known about, but wasn't I didn't entirely appreciate the, I guess what you would call the solemnity of the duty that establishing subject matter jurisdiction is. In fact, it's an extremely important part of establishing a case, in any particular court. And I have since written a jurisdiction passage, if you will, that firmly establishes this case belongs in federal court under federal question. I mean, there's case law, there's significant case law that supports it. So, and there's various like Title 18, there's Title 47. There's a lot happened. One thing that makes it belong in here is that they committed harassment over telecommunications over interstate lines. That is a federal court's jurisdiction. And that said, YouTube they argued that they didn't require subject matter jurisdiction in order for the judge to dismiss their case against them, and the judge declined to dismiss the case against them. Still, and I looked it up afterwards, and it did seem that the judge. I don't know if because the judge put a stay on the case, whether or not that means he just can't give any rulings, or if it was an indication that he doesn't intend to. I can't speak for the judge. I do have to say, I do admire this judge. He keeps his emotions very close to the chest, whatever it is, and he's very direct and. I have no complaints. I mean, I think he's just been nothing but fair, and expedient and neutral and without neutral, but also saying what is this? Explaining. He's not. I went on Zoom. They allowed us to go on Zoom, and I just I used the time. I spent the whole morning studying and researching my case, and I elected to go on Zoom. I don't think the other two lawyers. I think they actually went. I did kind of want to go, but it was just I just needed. I thought that the option for Zoom just availed me to research more, and the thing is, it occurred to me prior to the hearing that I was not particularly sure on how to establish subject matter jurisdiction. That I'd read it. I read the federal rules of civil procedure, and yet it had it wasn't lost on me, but it hadn't registered. It just didn't register. What do I do? How do I do that? And it really, I think, hopefully, going forward, it will prove true that this was actually the outcome I needed personally in order for me to understand that duty. It is the plaintiff's duty to establish subject matter jurisdiction, whether by diversity of citizenship or under federal question. I believe this is under federal question, per my research and you know, per the federal statutes that were broken, which are a lot, or several rather, let's say. Uh, s- you know, um, it's this is something that I understand. Having learned French and Spanish, je parle français, mais je ne parle pas très bien. Donc, j'ai besoin de pratiquer, parler beaucoup pour savoir le français. Et ce n'est pas possible parler le français sans parler le français. Donc, je parle en français. Et parfois, je ne parle pas bien, euh, mais je pense que peut essayer, euh, euh, on peut parler eventually. Je pense que c'est très important faire quelque chose pour l'apprendre. Et c'est très important, the law. Mais parfois, on a besoin de l'utiliser, the courts. Et pour ça, j'avais besoin de faire ce que j'ai fait et sans un avocat. Je pense que c'est avocat, non? Euh, mm, mais j'ai appris, je prends toujours, et je pense que je le peux. I think that doing it is like just doing it. You will learn along the way. That you will get responses, and you'll learn. You'll learn how to handle yourself. And honestly, I think I'm also just learning how to take things day by day. It's been a very, 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 very stressful endeavor to sue. Very, very. It's like nothing I've ever experienced. It's taxing. It's draining. It's very difficult, very tough, and also just having to go back and kind of just remember what happened, when reviewing it. I don't think I was really aware of the depravity. I wasn't actually. I couldn't have been because I didn't know people were like that. I really, really, really didn't. I didn't really understand all this Satanism stuff, and forget Satanism. I mean, just forget any type of way to describe it. It's a plot to make me homeless that they enacted mostly through YouTube. And I reported it to YouTube, and YouTube didn't do anything for months. And they're trying to have it dismissed instead of taking it down. And I don't know what I don't. I guess a good judge won't. You won't know what he's thinking, but I really don't know. But I do know that my research says that the judge could have dismissed it, but I could be missing an element. Also, I know that there's also a phrase called sua sponte, I think that's pronounced sua sponte, which means that the moment the judge realizes that he doesn't have jurisdiction over the case, he has to either remove it to a lower court or dismiss it. And the fact that he hasn't done that suggests highly that there is jurisdiction under federal question. Now, the judge did put it down, and I thought that was enough. That was the problem, is I thought the judge putting that up there on Pacer Monitor was enough. But the truth is, much like you have to make a case in your complaint, in the summary of events, you also have to make a case in the summary for jurisdiction. So you have to make a quantified, supported case for why this court has jurisdiction over this issue, and it's an argument. It's a type of argument that you make. You have to convince a judge of this thing, and sometimes it's very obvious. But even if it's obvious, the judge, you still have to do, the plaintiff is responsible for bearing that responsibility, no matter what. And without doing that part, the judge cannot, he can't let it proceed. Now, I don't know. I guess I do not think YouTube has 230 immunity under this. I feel that this is I don't know. I don't know, frankly. I'm not the judge. And frankly, it's good. This is a higher level of debate. But I will say that my goal from this is to really get rid of a lot of the cyber stalker outfits on YouTube, and just make it a place where you don't really have to worry so much, where there's you're not such a target, and where you really can kind of freely speak your mind and without worrying about somebody latching onto. Now, I think one of the changes I'd like to see is I'd like to see a live chat where, because it's an important part. The live chat's an important part of streaming and technology and culture. It allows us to communicate with new people and have conversations, and that's a part of Section 230, as a matter of fact. And I think a live chat where there's a registered name only, so that you know who you're talking to, basically, and that people can't just come in under aliases. And the aliases themselves are abusive in a lot of cases. What Michael and Greg did, it defies belief. It defies rationality. It was a plot that they enacted to try to make my boyfriend break up with me and to try to make me homeless. And it's true, whether or not my fear, this is true. This happened. It's not debatable. It happened. I went through it. I have the receipts, so to speak. This happened. I'm not saying, right out the gate I'm the best lawyer, but I mean, next time you want to say to me something like, you're not following the procedures, or you want to make fun of some of my mistakes. What about you? Look at you. Who are you? What have you done? You, specifically to the defendants themselves, when they've harassed me over the lawsuit, which is a violation, I believe, is it 42, 1985, Section 2, paragraph 2, or is it 47? It's either 42 or 47. Section 1985, paragraph 2, which talks about witness tampering or tampering with a party to a suit. That's right there under a federal question. So, like, basically, and also, I'm telling you, the judge, if he knew that I had no argument and that there was no possible argument, he has a duty. It says in the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure that he has to dismiss or remove the case to a lower court immediately, sua sponte. So if he does that, then that's his prerogative. Well, it's not even his prerogative. It's sort of like he has to follow the law. It's a rule. And it is an indication that he hasn't done so, that there is, in fact, subject matter jurisdiction. I do wish there would have been some more cooperation amongst the lawyer. I understand that the lawyers are trying to get their client a dismissal. I think it's fairly unlikely that a complete dismissal for any of the parties is going to happen. Especially, I don't think it's going to happen for any of them. I really don't. I think 7 reports of being harassed, and then I was being harassed, and YouTube they don't even move to do anything. I also discovered that you can't sue over copyright infringement unless you own the registration. Now, I may have been wrong when I told the judge that I didn't have a copyright infringement case under those terms, because I have to research more. However, it is still illegal to post someone else's copyright. So it is, but YouTube actually is perpetuating a false sense of security in people that they have copyright protections when they really have no recourse. And so YouTube ignores a lot of these copyright issues, and because they say, I think it's because they know that there's not legal recourse. But I think that there is actually legal recourse. I think it might be more. I think that in a state court, it's more likely to have legal recourse. But I'm going to request that the judge make a determination one way or the other. If it violates the law to do so, then what is the meaning for that violation? What can be inferred? I believe it's a bit of fraud. I mean, to be quite honest, I believe that there's a bit of misleading, deceptive practices. I believe that YouTube has engaged in deceptive practices around copyright and around what can be taken down and why they don't take things down. It's it's all, I don't know, I don't know, who are you, Avery? Of course, I've talked about the case more than anyone. It's my case. I'm the plaintiff. Why wouldn't I talk about it? When I know that I'm right, but the worst is I'm wrong. It's like I'm saying the blues. They want an R&B song. It's like that wave that crashes you down choice but to believe that the man upstairs, he sees me down on my knees. It's like the walls fall down on me. So take me out through the inside, and you can see for yourself. Am I telling the truth, or am I going hell? It's like that wave that crashes you down to your feet. It's like this whole damn world just keeps on lying to me. And here I'm down on my knees, and I'm struggling to believe the walls keep falling down on me. It's like the walls fall down on me. It's like I'm caught in the tundra with no choice but to believe that the man upstairs, he sees me down on my knees. It's like the walls fall down on me. It's like the walls fall down on me. Yeah. It's like the walls fall down on me. It's like the walls fall down on me. It's like I'm caught in the tundra with no choice but to believe that the man above, he sees me down on my knees. It's like these walls keep falling down on me. It's like these walls keep falling down on me. Lies, by the way. All the shit that I know these people like to come on here, but I get it now. You guys are a bunch of liars. That you have no power over me. Your words no longer have any power over me. And I'm telling you that straight up. That they're lies. What you're doing, the harassment is lies. When you make fun of the case, it's lies. When you make fun of me, it's lies. When you make fun of my music, it's lies. You can make fun, you don't have to like my music, but it's lies when you guys, and I'm talking to a sect of people. I don't know how many there are, but they know who they are. It's lies. And I literally am just saying goodbye. I'm not looking in that direction anymore. It's lies. It's absolute lies. And it always was. And it's lies. Lies. And it's still hard to sue, but I don't believe you. It's still hard to sue, but I don't believe you. I don't believe it anymore. I'm not letting it into my soul. Like, it never really got to, like, it's a bunch of lies. All the people, Moses, Ian Boltane, Michael Thompson, Gregory Holmes, Robin Eagle Song, lies. Everything they say is a lie. It literally is a lie, and they know it, and they're doing it for fiendish purposes. And also Soledad Heron, lies. I messed up with Soledad Heron. I said that she's been stalking Brett since 1994. Sorry, it's 2001. I'll make that correction right now. It's 2001 when she started stalking him. Okay, so I hardly think that in light of the absurd emails that she's been sending, invoking Michael Thompson and Gregory Holmes, and the lawsuit quite a bit, and she's been sending them to me, Brett's mom, Brett's agent, like these long, insane emails. And I do believe that she and Michael probably, I don't know if they did it together, it was just her. I believe they defrauded me on eBay, and they bid on something that they did not intend. In fact, I know it was. I'm pretty sure it was Soledad. There was no feedback from this user ever. There was like a really, really kind of rude message, which I don't need to get into the details of, but like like YouTube is not going to be like this anymore. Like we have to stand up. I mean, we have to stand up. We can't. If YouTube wants to be a play, like they'll have to mark that warning. This you might be cyber stalked by a group of I don't know what to call them so that it actually makes sense, because it's really not important at this point that everybody has the specific terminology for what happened. There is specific terminology, and there were occult practices that were being basically employed, which is, I think, from even a materialist's perspective, that we need to realize that they're just psychological. They're psychological. I mean, they're orienting themselves. They're doing this. It's could be just for fun, but ultimately, what it amounts to is it's harassment over interstate lines through telecommunications. That's another reason why it's a federal question. A violation of the Telecommunications Act, harassing over interstate lines, and they had an intent to see me homeless, and I believe dead. I believe that their intent was to see me dead, homeless, and then dead. This is a violation of federal law. The pro se and go away thing, and what you're saying right there is you're trying to intimidate me as a party to a thing. You have you're anonymously doing it with a certainly. It's lies, guys. I'm sorry, I don't lie. I mean, ultimately, that's why the hearing was so quick, because I knew when the judge asked me a question, I knew I didn't know the answer, and I didn't really argue, because I knew that I didn't know exactly what to do at that point, and so I was honest, and it was stayed for 30 days, and I'll have it in next week. I'm not letting people who are horrible take away my right to engage in something I like to do, which is stream and play music and talk to interesting people about things, and I'm not letting that be taken away. Why would I? For liars? No. The liars are not going to occupy the space. I'm going to occupy the space. Or YouTube is going to have to at least make it very clear what type of people it lets occupy their space. Because right now, I have about 10 different instances of what seems like deceptive practices from their own exhibits. I'd be careful what you say. Like, honestly, you guys know I'm in a lawsuit, so look, the live chat's open. That doesn't make me responsible for what you guys say. Just keep that in mind. This is a serious case. There was severe harassment that went on for a long time, and I was terrified, and I didn't know how to get to stop. I was terrified. I was terrified that it would never stop, and that I don't even know. Like, I was terrified that I was stuck in the tundra, and, and it was like, it was relentless. It was so, it hurt. It hurt. It hurt. It hurt my brain. Physically, it hurt every time. You know, and I thought that people would see it and then they'd be like, oh my God, these people need to stop doing this. And that's not what happened. People did not stick up for what was right. And it's not easy, and it's scary, and I understand why better now. I didn't understand why, you know, but I've learned a lot. That I'm not going to give up the fight because I'm in the right and I'm telling the truth. Standing on the bridge, I'm waiting in the dark. I thought that you'd be here by now. There's nothing but the rain, no footsteps on the ground. I'm listening, but there's no sound. Isn't anyone trying to find me? Won't somebody come take me home? It's a damn cold night, trying to figure out this life. Won't you take me by the hand, take me somewhere new? I don't know who you are, but I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm looking for a place, I'm searching for a face. Is anybody here I know? 'Cause nothing's going right, and everything's a mess, and no one likes to be alone. Isn't anyone trying to find me? Won't somebody come take me home? It's a damn cold night, trying to figure out this life. Won't you take me by the hand, take me somewhere new? I don't know who you are, but I'm with you. I'm with you. Oh, why is everything so confusing? Maybe I'm just out of my mind. It's a damn cold night. I'm trying to figure out this night. Won't you take me by the hand, take me somewhere new? I don't know who you are, but I'm with you. Take me by the hand, take me somewhere new. I don't know who you are, but yeah. Take me by the hand, take me somewhere new. I don't know who you are, but I'm with you. I'm with you. This is off my new album. I have a new album actually out on Spotify that you can check out. It's called Hollywood Stories Volume 2, Light vs. Dark. It's on all the platforms. It's on YouTube too. You can probably like search it. This is called Playback. I wrote this in college. Take me for what I'm worth and stay here and just be sure. 'Cause when I see a world, I'm gonna play you back all of your favorite words. So stay on my case all night when I stay strong. When put up a fight, I lose, but carry on all night long. I stay strong, and when you say my name, and when you do me wrong, you underestimate the value of a playback. Going all night long, and I play you back that song you wrote when I'm shaking. Come by steady ground when it hurts bad. Oh, I'm homebound when I'm stoic and tragic, yeah. But I'm still happy where I stand. 'Cause a heartbreak, you know it don't exist when you're living here inside of this. When I hope I can move on with it all night long. I'll just stay strong with this. And when you say my name, and when you do me wrong, you underestimate the value of a playback. Going on and on, I'll play you back that song you're wrong. Play you back, going on and on, and I'll play you back that song you're wrong. And when you say my name, when you do me wrong, you underestimate the value of a playback. Going all night long, and I'll play you back that song. Oh, when I play you back that song, and when you say my name, and when you do me wrong, you underestimate the value of a playback. Going on night long, I play you back that song you're wrong. And when I play you back that song you're wrong, and play it back. That's the first song on the album. I can't see I don't have my glasses on, so maybe that's for the better. Take all life from the dark, and we can live in peace and last harmony if we turn on light from the dark. This is the second one. so long, and I don't know. It's not long enough to make or break it. And believing only gets you so far. Before you need power of the stars, oh, the power. I will find light in the dark, and I can see the light is shining through my eyelids, and take back the light from the dark, and we can live in peace and lasting harmony if we take all the light from the dark, and we learn how to love who we are. We can live in peace and lasting harmony if we take the light back from the dark. How you want to live, it's the power that you give to be a shooting star. You got to give it everything that you are, till I will find light in the dark, and I can see a light shining through my eyelids, and take all the light from the dark, when we can live in peace and lasting harmony if we turn the light back from the dark, and then we learn how to love who we are, and we can live in peace and lasting harmony if we turn the light back from the dark. It's a new song it's a new release. It's a new release. I wrote the song in college, and I released it. Here, this is a lie right here. That's a lie right there. This is what I guess needs to be taught. This really does need to be taught. This needs to be taught, and if it's my job to do it, I'll teach it. These are lies. That don't let them make you crazy. They're lies. They're lies meant to confuse, inflict harm, otherwise misconstrue things. They're utter lies. Nobody does this type of thing that isn't trying to harm you. And YouTube is going to learn how to explain this to people, and this is going to be over. The lies and the evil, the evilness on YouTube, it can't, I don't know, it's not all, I don't know exact, I know that there's some problems. They're lies. These are lies. I don't lie. I don't lie. You can write a song in college and then release it 15 years later. For example, now, what I just did is I answered the lie. Answering the lie is something you want to avoid doing. Don't even look at it. Don't even look at the lie as much as you can possibly ignore it. But these are a bunch of liars, and they're they want to inflict pain. That's what they want to do. They want to watch you suffer, and they'll do anything to do it, to make it happen. They don't care who they hurt. They have no morals. They have no morality. YouTube has a chronic, massive problem with these types of people. It's absurd, actually. And I frankly, honestly, like I really have to do this. It's taken so much out of me to do this case, but I have to. I am sick of people being hurt like this. I'm sick of being hurt like this. YouTube is too big of a brand name to cede to a bunch of satanic losers. Sorry, it's too big of a part of the world for me to like ignore this. It's too, the harm sustained, the relief is half what I asked, and I asked for a lot. It's only, it doesn't even cover, it's the type of pain that these people put me through is something else. And I don't wish that pain on them, but I wish them whatever it takes to wake up and stop harassing people